smoking a joint with you, sitting here in the park, smoking a cigarette. So today I got death threats from my cards. I got, if you don't stop hanging out those cards, we're gonna kill you. From someone, I think it was some guy. He left his name, but this is what I have to tell everyone: is a long time ago I robbed a bank when I was young, and I fired 11 shots, and I went to federal prison because everybody in this town in Kelowna, they ratted on me and they put me in jail. But I wanted to go to jail. I was going after my dad to kill him for raping my sister, and I don't even believe that was true anymore. So I ended up robbing a family bank because my family are the Rothschilds and the Ackermans, and robbed our own bank over nothing in the end. I don't believe any of it. So, and then I went to the church, and the church was in on what happened with Kathy Leonard. So I wrote this book called Crossing the Thin Blue Line. And it covered everything that went on in the prison around me. And people were murdered and shot, and I was tortured just about every single day. And I was a bank robber. There's nothing wrong with me. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm far from a weirdo. I'm an uncle. I've always wanted to be a father, be a dad. But, Canada wronged me. And when Kathy and Leonard started to do their strike, and how they turned me in for money in Edson, Alberta, and the RCMP stepped in and said, "Danny, just leave, go home to Kelowna." I gave that book when they just started to my auntie. And my auntie lives in Nevada, and her family, they work in the Nevada State Patrol. They work in Homeland Security. They work in the U.S. Army. There's generals. There's everything. There's commanders. There's generals. There's sergeants. My family have been in America since the 1300s and ran the government. There's Congressman Gary Ackerman, Senator Ackerman. You have no idea, Canada, how bad you fucked up. Because I had to drop that book, and it had names, times, dates, places, and things that went on. That went to the Nevada State Police and the FBI and the Central Intelligence Agency. They have used the information in that book to arrest 900 organized crime gangs. They are shooting people who were gangs that were involved in this with the police, because they are the police and army. You have royally screwed up. I had to do this, and my only intent was not to hurt anyone here. You understand? I don't want to hurt people. I've seen enough people killed. Like when I was in federal jail, you're talking to a guy, you're trying to threaten me and tell me how tough you are. And when I was in jail, over 4,000 of the baddest club member bikers you've ever met, 1% fucking outlaw motherfuckers, killed each other in front of me. And I watched. I'm very sick. I have PTSD. I've been involved in wars with the US and Canadian federal government at the highest level. And it all came out because of what you did in Edson with my ex, breaking us up for money. With the Christian churches, Pastor Heather. So you have royally screwed up. All that information plus what you did is all in a file with the Nevada State Police, and the FBI and the Central Intelligence Agency has access to it. All the witchcraft you sold at the market, everything, all the videos I made, that's all gone to them. This video goes to them. I hate to tell the people of Canada this, but when I dropped the book, they were like, "Yep, we'll arrest him. We'll get him. We'll put him in prison. We'll do everything to him." And then with what you did in front of my auntie on film, Alberta was the great right wing, and I was hoping when I got there, because I worked alongside Alex Jones, but my family is both Democrat and Republican. We have different family beliefs. We're still a family. We just have different beliefs. So the Democrat side doesn't like you at all. The Republican side doesn't like you at all. You're no longer considered right wing by the right wing of the federal government. I mean, the Republican Party saw all those videos with my auntie. It isn't necessary to get Trump's signature or to have anything to do with Donald Trump with these people, because they don't like you and they're the law. And my family in Canada, my mom's half-brother was RCMP. My ex-girlfriend, Bobby Brooker, her mother is RCMP. I've dated Vicky Rose, that you gave herpes to. Her grandfather's RCMP. Oh, I have to wait. There's a kid coming by. So you've really royally screwed yourself. Because before, people were just going to get arrested and thrown in jail, and we could settle it in court, and you could pay back all the money you owe, and you could give me a settlement and a pension, and that would have just been it. So, and I don't think that's any longer an option. I mean, now they don't see that there's hope, that there's someone else who believes in God and someone else who believes in justice for everyone and freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And so that side no longer sees all of Canada that way anymore. And I was talking to them, and they're like, we don't want them to join under Trump anymore, and even be able to vote, because they don't want you to vote. They don't want you in America under the Trump, where he goes and switches it. Like, nobody wants you around. You have to understand, I'm a Vietnam vet's family. And you've called me a weirdo for walking through the mall. You said I took pictures of women, but if you go through my videos, you won't find any in here. Not from Kelowna at all. Because I'm aiming the camera away from women and men as much as I can, unless I'm aiming at something and they come into view. None of those shots are on purpose at all, and I wouldn't dare do that. But you know what? I went to jail to kill my dad for being a sex offender. How much more fucking evidence do you want? I fucking beat Eugene Wilson in the back of a sheriff's van with other inmates and cracked his head open because he raped kids. And a lot of kids. That man had like fucking 8 or 9 purple dot files, which are sex offender files. If you get a K on your file, you've beaten your wife. If you get a purple dot on your file, you got a sex offender. And yellow, and so yellow, what was yellow again? I think that was assault. And then orange was attempted murder. I remember the filing system from the old Kamloops jail. That's one of the reasons they didn't like me so much. I could always bust them for what they were. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to warn you. I don't think the RCMP want you to try to hurt me because I offered you a club card. I mean, grow up. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I think you people got yourself in so fucking deep of a hole over me that I don't think there's a way out for you. I'm sorry, but my family doesn't see it that way. I talked to my auntie, and she says I didn't deserve a day of what I got, and that's the police. Hello. Hi. Have a nice day. I was beaten 65 times half to death. I was choked till I was dead. They crushed my throat. I had to eat soup for weeks. And that's because some fucking Indian guy tried to rape me. And I freaking stabbed him through the wrist with a knife and fought him until they pulled M16s on me and tried to shoot me in the Kent yard. So, I really don't need you people threatening me and all this other shit because I offer you a club. You either don't want to join the club or you do want to join the club, and it's that simple. I mean, don't be so immature. If you go through my Christian testimony video, you can see me with pictures of the Hells Angels and Satan's Choice and all those clubs, and IP and NS and Red Alert and all that other shit. I know them all from jail. I live with them. Am I supposed to be afraid because maybe you know them? No, they know me. I'm known coast to coast to coast. You can call my name into them and they'll say, yeah, we know him. That's Verna's adopted son. Oh, Star's little brother. So yeah, it's not me. It's you. I'm sorry, man. I don't want to fight with anyone. I have seen so much people killed. I mean, can you imagine, man? Like, sometimes during the day, there's like 4 or 5 gunfights with guards because inmates are stabbing each other 4 or 5 times a day. There's about 3 to 4 dead bodies at the end of the hallway at the end of the day when I was in the SHU Quebec. And I've seen enough. Plus, my families have fought wars over me and shot people and killed drug dealers and everything. Whole gangs have been thrown in jail. Over 900 gangs they locked up. And those are all from the banditos, man, from who fucking took money from fucking the lawyers and shit or whoever it was that put it on my life in jail with all of my book. So they were all paid from staff. And the RCMP don't want to do it. I'm sorry, I'm their nephew, and neither does the Navy from Canada, because I am their great-grandson. And neither does the BC penitentiary staff, because my grandma worked for them as a legal secretary. And whoever does is, they don't want to help. Not you. They're trying to be nice to me. So, I don't know, people. I don't know what to do with you. You're just going to get yourself in so much trouble. Here, I'm just trying to help you out. It's just a clubhouse, people. That's all that was to join. People can still join it, but they'll have to go to the website that the LGBT made. And I don't know where the hell that is. Somewhere on the internet. But my family, they went to Yemen over me and over Christians. Because the Muslims are the people there, whoever it was that was there, was killing all the Christian men in the villages and chopping off their heads. And then I think the boys too, because males are too hard to control as slaves. And taking the women and selling them for sex slaves, which are just sexually abused and raped to death by the people who buy and sell the Christian women. So I'm sorry if I'm such a bad guy for my family doing that for you. I didn't mean to be so bad. I was just trying to save you. So yeah, that was really cool of you. Thank you for your service to the Canadian military who helped my family with that logistics boat that's just out there somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Thank you so much for your service and that activity that my family was up to, because I was up to it too, a little. Maybe some of it's just mandated from last time. So thank you so much for your service. But I don't think you're gonna settle this the way that you're thinking. I think you're just gonna try to mark me names and beat me up and all this other stuff, but I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, there's too many people coming. Hello. Oh, it keeps going out. Try not to film people as they go by. Most of these films are just meant for Leona people. These are not necessarily meant for the people of Canada. But, you should be ashamed of yourself as a nation for what you've done to me. My family has served your country for generations in the government. And what you've done to me is severe abuse. And some of the Legion probably doesn't like the story. I mean, it doesn't look good. So, I mean, I had to stab that guy because he was going to rape me. I mean, can you imagine what I have to live with every day? You know? And he meant it. He was going to rape me. Him and all his friends. So I stabbed him. That's self-defense. But they actually hit me with a steel bar that I chased him with around the yard. And then they said, give me that bar. So when I did, he came running at me. And he started to say, no, you're going to get it. And I had 2 knives I had made in my pocket. And I pulled them on him. And he came towards me. And then when I pulled the knives, he started to run. So I had to chase him again. All over the yard. And I caught up to him and put him against a wall. And then I was stabbing him over and over again. And I got him through the wrist. And the guards, the head keeper said, go ahead, hit him. So he hit me with the steel bar and then choked me until I was dead. And then I came back to life, was handcuffed behind my back on the ground. I remember that. So I've been through a lot rougher places than most of you people have ever been, or should be, or could be, unless you get yourself in a lot of trouble. And trust me, you don't want to go there. You just want a normal life. And I'm just trying to live mine. And not hurt you, or hurt anyone else. But I think you've made your bed with my family and the Canadian American government. And I don't think they like you very much. And they don't want you around because you might vote. So I'm sorry. You made your bed. And, I tried to help you here. All I wanted to do was get people arrested. And now, Mr. Trump wants to take Canada away from you and keep it. And everybody else doesn't want you alive.